is INCRadio DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
We forever INC.
Guten Tag and everything Guten. Welcome. Welcome to Central Europe Connections. Glad to have you here. What a way to start. As you can see, I'm laughing because we have a studio audience here with us today. It's a little different. We have people here. We are live broadcasting to you from Heidelberg. And it's a much more livening feeling. Every time I say something, I just want to, I'm feeling the vibes, right, Chanel?
Yes, that's right. Or das ist genau.
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 Super.
Wunderbar.
Welcome to Central Europe Connections, where today we will be talking about the city of, how do you say it correctly?
If you want to ask me, it may not be correct, but Nuremberg.
No.
Nuremberg.
Cheers. All positive vibes. Yes. However way you say it, it's all about, we're learning the history of Germany. We're going through one city at a time. Now, this week, we'll be talking about Nuremberg. And with us today, to help us understand Nuremberg, is Monica. Can you say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone.
So she will be with us today. We will be asking her some questions to get familiar with Nuremberg for all the Americans who are here. And so we will have a fun broadcast today as we learn another city in Germany for Central Europe Connection. So time check. What time is it now? It is 7:03 Central European time. It is winter time, so there's no S in there anymore. But what time is it in the Philippines?
I believe it's 2:03 a.m.
2:03 a.m. So
2:03 a.m.
magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. All those in the Philippines who are awake at this time, happy for you to be joining us today. And what's the weather like? Do we have the weather? Let's see. The weather today is -6 in, at least here in Heidelberg, it is -6. In Berlin, Germany, it is currently -3 degrees, I believe. Celsius. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm a Fahrenheit person. What's the weather like in Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam, it is also minus as well, same more or less in Berlin. And basically for us here in Heidelberg, and as you can see from our live audience, it is very cold.
Let's show our audience here again. Let's see how cold they are.
Let's see how cold our live audience
Burn. Oh, it's freezing. So it's a cold day today. So how else can we have others tune in to our Central Europe Connection?
Yes, absolutely. So you may go onto YouTube and make sure you type in INCRadio DZEM 954 and click on the live now, because as of Germany time, we are live.
We are live, so don't forget to click on the like button. I know a lot of us are broadcasting. We're regulars, but maybe we forgot to click on the like button. So go ahead and click on the like button to say that we like our broadcast, and it does good for our viewership and all that behind the scenes stuff. So now as we proceed with our broadcast, we will need to break the ice because it is -degrees outside. We need to break that ice on the road.
True.
So it's time for an icebreaker. So let's take a look at our icebreaker for today. Kuya Tech, true or false? Nuremberg. So you know what? We're going to take advantage of our studio audience today. So I'll let Chanel set up while I stand up and get ready.
Yes. So true or false? All of our listeners and viewers, of course, are always welcome and invited to join in on the game. So make sure you drop in those comments on what your answer is. We'll get the response from the comments as well as our live audience. And of course, Monica here will be here to help us out on maybe what is the proper answer. So Mr. Tech, please, what is our first question? Okay, so Nuremberg is located on the Rhine River. True or false? Let's take it to Henry.
All right, so here, live in Heidelberg. Where's the camera? I'm not even in the shot. There we go. All right, so I'm here live on Heidelberg with our audience for today. They have joined us. They are here with us. and they will be providing our answers live. So some of these people, you may have seen them in our chat, and this is a good chance to say hi to our chat. Let's see, is there anyone there that we always see, or are they live? Is Mario Calvello on? I'm always happy to see him there.
Yes. Just a quick shout outs in the comments. We see Mario Calvello saying happy viewing po brethren, hashtag Berlin. Of course, we also see RJ Sakiwat, good evening at happy viewing from Stuttgart. And then I see Cowboy Solitaria, happy viewing po, hashtag Frankfurt. So keep getting those hashtags, keep reading us. And what are the answers, Henry?
Okay, so I will go to this first viewer. I don't know who she is. I'm going to ask her to stand up. Can you please stand? So the question is, Nuremberg is along the Rhine River. Is that true or false, stranger? She said false. Very quietly, she said false.
Okay.
So what is the answer, Kuyatek? Is it true or is that false? And the answer is false.
False. Wow. Good job, live audience. And then let me check the comments really quickly. I see Mario Cavello, our active commenter, was correct. He said false. I don't think anybody said true. So great job. Kuya Tech, what is the second question? Okay, Nuremberg's gingerbread. Okay, I don't know if I can pronounce that. Has been made there for centuries. Nuremberg's gingerbread has been made there for centuries. True or false?
Okay, Monica, stand by to give the answer. We're gonna ask you later. But let's go to our next audience member. Can you state your name, where you're from, your salary? I'm just joking. This is brother
Ian po.
So what is your answer? Oh, can you repeat the question one more time?
Nuremberg's gingerbread has been made there for centuries. True or false?
Maybe true.
Okay.
Any shout out while you're here? Any you want to say hi to anyone?
I was stuck here.
A little bit of honesty, that's fine. So he said, so Monica, he said true. Is that the correct answer?
I think so.
Monica also
Okay,
says
so
true.
We're all guessing. So Kuya Tech, what is the answer?
What is the answer, Kuya Tech? True. Yes. Yay, 2 for 2. Our live audience has been doing an amazing job, as well as our live show commenters as well. Okay. Do we have another question for our icebreaker? Kuya Tech, what's our next question? Okay. Nuremberg is the largest city in the German state of Bavaria. True or false? Okay.
Okay, let's ask our next contestant. Please stand, sister. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Sister Pretty Frank from Heidelberg, Lucca.
Okay, the question is, is Nuremberg, or true or false, Nuremberg is the largest city in Bavaria.
True.
Mr. Preface is true. Is that true, Monica? Is Nuremberg?
Monica, what is your answer?
I don't think so.
Okay, we have one true, one false. Let me look at the comments really quick, the live comments. So Lalaine Visor says, I think it's true. Okay, then, Kuya Tech, what is the answer? False. All right.
So what is the biggest city then?
It's okay. We got 2 out of 3.
Okay, we're almost there.
It's 2 out of 3. Okay, I think we have more questions, right,
Yes,
Henry?
there should be 2 more questions.
2 more. Okay, Mr. Tech, what is the next question? All right. Right. Yay, I'm going to say this the best way I can. The Handwerkhof is a modern shopping mall. True or false?
Okay, well, we know someone who speaks German here, so let's go to let's go to someone who's been here for a few years now. If you can please stand and state your name and your whatever else you want to.
Good evening po. My name is Cons.
Can you sing us a song as well?
Not today.
Not today. Not today. Another show. So the question was true or false. If you can repeat that, Deutsch word
Handwerker
is a food
is a shopping mall.
shopping mall.
I think it's false.
Monica, is that true or false?
I think it's false. It's not Einkaufs.
Oh,
Okay, false. So we got two false. Okay, Mr. Tech, what is the answer? False. Oh,
yeah.
okay, my apologies. It's Handwerkerhof, and it is a craft village recreating traditional workshops.
Wow. So
Yes,
he did know the answer. So
not a shopping mall. The more you know. Okay, I think it's our last question, right, Henry?
one more question.
Okay, Mr. Tech, what is our final question? The beautiful fountain Schönerbrunnen in the main square has a ring people spin for good luck. True or false?
That was a long question.
It
So
was.
we're saving the last question for the best who makes the best Bicol Express. Please stand. Please stand. This is Brother Jerry. Provide us the final answer. What is the final answer, po?
I'll go with the two.
True. True. So the king of Bicol Express says true.
Okay, true. All right, Monica, what is
Yeah, I think it's true.
Mr. Tech? What is the answer? It's true. Good job, everyone, on dealing with our icebreaker. I truly feel that the ice has been broken and it is getting much warmer up in here, especially with everyone's energy. Also, I'm going to read a quick shout out here. There's one shout out to Kajeri, hashtag Berlin from Toe Force, maybe. So already we're getting shout outs. So for our listeners and viewers, if you see a familiar face in the audience, feel free to give them your shout out. Okay. And what is next on the agenda, Henry?
I think we have a video to show. We have a video to show to introduce our topic as we get to know the city of Nuremberg. We have a short presentation to show us the visual as we talk about Nuremberg. So before we speak, let's watch our video. Kuya Tek.
Welcome to Nuremberg, a place where old city charm and modern life mix. You can feel centuries of history humming under your feet. As you wander around, you'll find plenty of spots where medieval layers blend into more recent chapters of the city's story. From markets and museums to peaceful courtyards and overlooks with amazing views. It's the kind of place where you can spend hours just wandering, soaking in the atmosphere, and imagine the generations of people who walk the same paths. So if you're into history and culture, Nuremberg's got you covered. Visit soon!
And that was a quick view of Nuremberg, which will now lead us to our conversation with Monica. So, Monica, is there anything in the video that stood out you've noticed that is a great visual of what Nuremberg is? Was there anything in that video that you saw?
Not much. Nuremberg is very big to show in a short video.
Oh,
But it
of
looks
course, of
nice.
course. So I'll have you now talk about some of the castles or some of the nice places to go to Nuremberg. What can you say about some of the castles about Nuremberg?
Most of the castles now are museum are turned into museum or restaurant. And yes, I've been to many museum in Nuremberg, and you can visit there in one day more many museum.
And so the castles that you've gone to, have you actually gone inside, or is it really just good enough to stay outside and take pictures? And what is your experience with the castle?
So there are some castles that are closed, you cannot go inside, and some castles that are turned into museum, and then you can go inside. You have to pay some, not much, not like €2 or €8, not much.
Oh, that's really good. That sounds like it's a easy family activity you could do on a weekend or maybe a field trip, especially if you don't want to go inside. You can just walk around the castles. And from my experience here, the castles in Germany can either be really huge or actually quite modest in size. So that's really fun. And if I may ask, Monica, how long were you living in Nuremberg?
I've been living here for 18 years now.
Wow, 18 years.
18 years.
And what was your first impression of Nuremberg?
Yes, that I came here like December, and it was really cold for me. And yeah, then at first I didn't have a thick jacket, so it was freezing.
All right. So it's also winter right now. So I hope by after 18 years, you've already learned to bring a warm jacket. And it's also a good advice to any of our listeners and viewers who want to visit Nuremberg, especially in the winter. Make sure you stay warm and properly bring a good jacket up in there. Right, Henry? Have you been to Nuremberg?
No, I've been south of Nuremberg. Haven't been there yet. That it was actually my plan to go there this past Wednesday, but it was really too cold. The roads were a little icy, so we chose not to go. When is the best time to go? Should I go there in the spring, the summer, or should I go there now, Monica? When should I go?
I can come here anytime. Yeah, we have four seasons, and I love winter as well, not only summer.
And so, what would I see if I were to go there to look at the castles? Will the castles be more of a traditional 13th, 14th century, or is it more modern? I know you mentioned somewhere like restaurants now, but um, I like to see architecture that is unique, but also historical. I actually like all types of architecture. What would I see? Something more modern or something more classic?
Here are most of these castles are protected by the government. You can that's why they preserve the original looks of the castle before, so it's classic.
And that's what I really love about Germany is they really preserve their history and culture, mainly the castles because of how modern it is, and especially coming from America where there aren't a lot of castles to Germany where there's castles on every corner. It's really nice to see how well they preserve it, and when you walk into it, it's like you step back in time.
When you step back in time and then you turn to the left, there's a nice restaurant with burgers and fries, right? So it's a very advantageous thing to have these castles. They cater to the tourists. You can use a toilet there. I'm sure there were no toilets in the castles before, so it's very nice to see that they cater to people like myself coming
Mm.
from America who travel far
Mhm.
to want to learn history, to want to know about the things that were probably destroyed in the war. They
Mm.
were affected heavily, and then they were restored as a symbol for the history that Germany represents. And so, do you personally enjoy history, Monica? And what is your perspective of the history of these castles and what it represents to Germany? But you mentioned something as we were talking earlier, uh, as we were getting ready about the World War II and the castles that were damaged. Um, what is your feeling of when you enter these castles? Do you feel like because it's been rebuilt, is it do you sense like the old 13th century feel of the how the kings and the queens and whatever took place in the history of that castle? How's your feeling in that castle?
For me, it's interesting to see how people before lived, and to see the improvement. I mean, from before and now, the improvement of the city. During World War II, everything here was destroyed, and now from scratch they built again the city.
Mm. And it sounds like with Nuremberg, there's a lot of deep history that ranges like not hundreds, well, yes, hundreds of years ago, even. Now I want to ask about the food. Is there any specific food from Nuremberg that you'd recommend or that we should know about?
So I mentioned before about the Nuremberger boars, but me myself, I don't eat much of these. I prefer like karpfen. It's like a fried fish. You can order it in a restaurant, like September, all September, October, all months with ER at the end. Karpfen.
So let's describe what you just mentioned about the fried fish. Um, I only know bangus. I only know the Asian tuyo. I don't know too much fish. So how would you describe the fish that the fried fish that you mentioned?
The karpfen, it looks like tilapia, tilapia, and then they are frying. They are coating it with milk, flour, flour, and then they're frying it. It's very crispy, and for me, as a Filipino, I like it.
So if we can show our audience really quick, because the moment you said it's like tilapia, they're all smiling. Look at them.
They're very hungry right now.
They were so happy to hear that. So is there anyone in our comments? For those who are in our chat, in our viewers, uh, if you know of a food that if you've been to Nuremberg, first of all, let us know if you went to Nuremberg and things that you've enjoyed. If you've enjoyed the castles, if you enjoyed the food, if you tried the fish. As I ask Monica the next question, you mentioned the Nuremberger or the Nurnverse.
Mm.
Describe that. Well, is it different, or how is it different from the uh the regular curryverse and everything else?
Well, I actually accidentally discovered what these Nuremberger boars, they have majoran inside majoran. And then you cannot taste the meat because it tastes like majoran.
Oh, so it's not as a meaty flavor, but it's a Myron flavor.
It's juicy. Is that correct?
It's the herbs. Herbs. They use a lot of herbs.
Oh, it's
Ah,
very vegetable.
oh, so like the vegan,
Okay. Gotcha.
vegetarian, but not. It just tastes like it. Okay, I like that because last time we talked about currywurst from
Berlin.
Berlin as well. So two very different ones, and I think that's definitely something we can try when we go to Nuremberg, right, Henry?
Yes, when you go there, I'm a foodie, so I will try anything I see. So seafood. I think that's what we call it. Anything you see, we eat. Um, so is there any other type of food that you think we would enjoy there that would be different from the other parts of Germany? Because
Or maybe dessert.
dessert, yes.
Mm.
Let's just focus on dessert now.
Here in Nuremberg, to be honest, I like more Asian food, but it's all over Nuremberg. Not only, hello?
You said Asian dessert is in Nuremberg as well?
Asian imbis or restaurant we have all over in
Ah.
Nuremberg.
Whenever you get homesick, you can definitely find a taste of home then in Nuremberg as well. That's good to know because I remember one time we traveled to Porto and ironically I missed some uh, I missed eating tacos and they had a restaurant there that was special for that. So aside from the Portuguese food that we were trying out, we wanted to eat something familiar. So at least we can do that in Nuremberg. And also another fun fact that I've learned about the Nuremberg bratwurst, they date back to the 14th century. So that the Nuremberg bratwurst has been there for a very long time. So that is something very fun to know. And I want to ask you, Monica, what is your favorite thing to do in Nuremberg, since especially because you've lived there for 18 years?
So before I used to go to in the city with my son and hop from one museum to another in one day. So he likes going to museum, my child, and this famous toy museum. It's in the city center. You can go there.
Oh wow. Yeah, the museum. So you just go museum hopping for a day, a whole day with your son. That sounds fun. Actually, I think I would love to do that too. And I've also read another fun fact that Germany's largest museum collection is held in Nuremberg. So anything about Germany's history, they have the biggest assortment in Nuremberg. And maybe Monica, you've been there before, but if not, maybe you can try it, as well as our listeners and viewers. That is something they should check out, as well, especially if they want to learn more about the history of Germany. And another fact, Germany's oldest zoo is located in Nuremberg. Have you been to the zoo with your son there, Monica?
Oh yes, yes, it's here with in near with us. This Nuremberg Zoo. It's really big and interesting to visit.
Wow. Okay. So, like I said, there's a lot of history in Nuremberg that dates back hundreds of years. I think now we should go ahead to our live audience with Henry and see how they're doing over there if they have any questions. So, take it away, Henry.
So I just wanted to go into the our live studio audience again and see if any of them actually went to Nuremberg before, and we have our brother Jerry, Bicol Express King. He actually went there before. What can you say about the Nuremberg?
Nuremberg is one must-see place in Nuremberg is the Stadtmauer. It's the wall because Nuremberg had this it's like a 5 kilometers wall. It used to be one of those things that you have to see when you go to Nuremberg city.
Have you seen that wall, Monica, that brother Jerry is mentioning?
I actually saw the short wall only because some of these are destroyed. And in front of Cinecittà, it's one of the biggest cinema in Europe, I guess.
Okay, that's even more fun to know. And then another fun fact about Nuremberg's history is that they are known for making a lot of toys, children's toys. So they are the toy capital of the world, apparently. So they do have a museum, a toy museum that showcases the history of toy manufacturing.
So be careful when you bring your children there. Once you enter, you will not leave, and if you leave, there will be a lot of crying. So be careful. But and that's a good fact to know. You always want to go places to make your kids happy, but we know the reality. It's hard to go home when they go to a happy place like that. So there's a lot of cities. Every city has a thing that stands out about its city. Uh, a lot of castles. Germany, I think, if I remember the facts correctly, it has a few thousands of castles. Monica, if you could say one thing that makes Nuremberg different from every other city that you've been to in Germany, what would that be?
Hello. Yes. Just like I said, I've been living for 18 years here and I've seen a lot of cities around Germany. I still prefer living in Nuremberg because it's not too big like Munich or Berlin. And it's safe here in Nuremberg. I feel safe.
Well, I think all of us are gonna have to move to Nuremberg then, based on what Monica said.
Let's go. Let's go to Kajeri's van. We're gonna load up one big carpool there. I would like to visit there, and I think I've been to Ulm on the way that to Bavaria. I've been to everything more on the southern part. I know Nuremberg's a little north. I just haven't been to that part. Have you been on to the Bavaria side?
Briefly, just a little bit, but I really haven't stopped over too much. But I would like to go again and appreciate it. And especially with everything Monica talked about with Nuremberg, it sounds like it has something for everyone. Of course, there's for children or for adults who wants to know the history, or even couples, or married couples who wants to go on a date, just go museum hopping. There's a lot to do. Yeah, even with the history of the old town that they have. So
So
that's
what
fun.
about the hidden gems, Monica? So a hidden gem is something that if I were to go to a website for best places to go to Nuremberg, I get all the famous places. I get all the go to the wall, go to this castle. Excuse me. Is there a hidden place that you like, uh, that you enjoy? Maybe a place that I wouldn't find in a tourist book, but it's something that has a nice view. Let's say a park or a lake or a nice view of the city that people don't know about. Do you have like a hidden gem that you can talk about?
I can say that if you can cycle or ride a bike, you can go across Nuremberg by bike, not on the street, but really have this Fahrradweg in German, and you can travel from where I stay to the city center for about half an hour.
Wow, so you can ride a bike everywhere on Nuremberg, which is fun. Um, apparently need to practice my bike riding skills, so I think with Nuremberg being safe and not as big, definitely a must try. But I think Henry has another comment to that. Henry.
So I'm sitting next to a pro biker here. He biked in Switzerland for a little bit. So how does that make you feel, Brother Cons? There's a nice biking trail that you could do in Nuremberg. Can you explain why it's such a great way to travel through biking?
Well, from my experience, what I can say is you can just shut your brain off and then try to look at the scenery, try to look at the lake, try to look at the mountains as you cruise along. So it's an unforgettable experience because it's not in Nuremberg, it's in Switzerland. So we see a lot of things and we cross 4 borders in just one day with just 2 wheels. So it's an amazing experience.
So imagine the experience you get just from biking, and like what Monica said, when you go through a historical place like that, and you see something similar to what Cons mentioned, you travel through that. Not only do you get a nice workout, but you also take a lot of pictures. You enjoy the scenery. And for someone like I'm not gonna be here forever in Germany, so it's a nice way to capture memories. It's a nice way to capture the city of Nuremberg. Um, is there any other type of similar trails like that, Monica, that really inspire you?
Aside from cycling around, if someone likes sport, there are plenty of sports center here in Nuremberg, or fitness. Some fitness are also free in the park.
So fitness is free. We like anything free. So we're liking the sound of Nuremberg right now. So you can easily stay healthy. There's a lot of good food to eat as well, new foods to try. Um, when are you going back to Nuremberg, Henry, and having a proper visit?
I want to wait until the sun comes out. I'm cold here. It's really cold. I'm from the islands of Hawaii, so right now this is where I hibernate. Uh, I can't go out for too long. But we'll make our trip there. Like I said, we've been to Garmisch area, the southern part. We've passed by. Um, there are other names I can't pronounce. I wish I could say other cities we did cross through, but in that part of Bavaria, I wouldn't know. Based on the video we watched, it seems there's a lot more people. The parts of Bavaria that I went to was just lots of green grass, a lot of open space, uh, close to the Alps. So I've always lived close to the mountains. But Nuremberg, if I'm not mistaken, it's not. There's not too many mountains there. Is that correct, Monica? Or is there a lot of I'm usually by the Alps side of the mountains. Is it that mountainy towards Nuremberg?
No, it's not so mountainy. Here, it's almost flat here in Nuremberg.
Yeah, so that's the area where I have yet to venture, yet to explore. Maybe I'll bring Brother Cons with me to ride the bike through there. I did just buy a bike.
Oh, well, it's flat, so it's easy to ride a bike.
Yes, so you don't have to
No
go up and
uphills.
down. No hills, no sore legs. Do we have any comments? We forgot to visit our viewers.
Yes, actually, we have from Annalyn Lumen. They said, "I want to visit Nuremberg someday." So, Monica, you might have a lot of visitors coming your way soon. And then another comment to Kajeri from Joshua Rubik says, "You are so handsome, Paul." All right. So we picked a good live audience, it seems. And then another one, we have a lot of birthday shout outs to Kafrefre. Uh, happy birthday, Paul! Yes, and then a lot of greetings from our listeners and viewers all the way in Heidelberg to Berlin and Hohenfels. So it's looking really active in our chat right now.
I think they're all competing to be the top three chatters in our viewers, which we'll find out later who were the top three in our last week, as well as the top three clusters. We'll find out later. I think we already know who won that, but we got to make it official. We have to see. We always want to see who's second and third place.
Mhm.
We already know who's first place. Anyway, so again, back to Nuremberg. It's a great place to get food, a great place for desserts, a great place for history, and as we learned, it's a great place to bike. Any other things that stand out in Nuremberg, Monica? Why I should go there maybe next month, or maybe I should go there in spring, or maybe I should go there right now. What is like a great attraction? Something that would say if I heard it, I'll be like, okay, I'm going there now.
I would say here in Nuremberg, you can get a good job here in Nuremberg. It pays well, and if you are industrious enough and you can manage your money, you may also buy your flat or house.
So you get house and lot in Nuremberg then if you work really hard, which is really good. Anyway, I think she wants all of us to move there for sure.
Aren't you in the market? You're new to Germany. I think it's time for you to get a job and start working.
Yeah, I think I'll move to Nuremberg then.
Okay, there we go. And one of our Kuya Tech here locally, I guess he has no choice but to go with you.
But for now, I think we definitely need to visit and properly get a whole view of what Nuremberg has to offer.
Yes, definitely. And so, it's always a nice thing to plan, but we got a lot of great information from Monica today on the city of Nuremberg. It is a nice place. Everything in Bavaria is really nice. Nowhere I've been there, uh, I've enjoyed every part of Bavaria so far. So thank you to Monica for all that information. And as we transition over to our next part of our segment, as a new person, well, I'm not too new in Germany, but I still need to learn my German, right? Chanel, we need to learn our Deutsch.
Yes.
So,
Genau.
Genau, super. And so,
Yeah.
yeah. And so now we transition to Miss Malou, who is once again going to teach us more vocabulary, more things to say in our segment. German is fun. Kuya Tech?
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. Hallo zusammen. Hello everyone. Welcome to German is fun. Willkommen zu Deutsch macht Spaß. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid. Ich bin Schwester Malou Francisco. I'm Sister Malou Francisco, bringing you another fun episode of Learning Basic German. Join me now and let's have fun together.
For today, we'll learn basic words and phrases related to traveling. Heute geht's reisen. Reisen. Our first word for today, to travel, reisen. Reisen. That's the German word for to travel. And you spell it this way, R-E-I-S-E-N. The stress is on the first syllable, reisen. And as you know, a verb can be converted into a noun just like in English. To travel, to convert it into a noun would be traveling. Das Reisen. Das Reisen. Travel or journey, by the way, is eine Reise and plural, die Reisen. Die Reisen.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
Now, if you want to ask someone in German, do you like to travel? Remember, in German, you has the formal and the informal forms. The formal form for you, singular and plural, is Z, written with a capital S, I-E. That is the formal form of you for singular and plural. Now, the informal form of you for singular is do, and for the plural form, it's IH, spelled I-H-R. Now, let's try to use all these forms in our question. Do you like to travel in German? Reisen Sie gern? Reisen Sie gern? Informal you singular. Reist du gern? Reist du gern? Informal plural. You'd ask, reist ihr gern? Reist ihr gern? I like traveling, so I would say, ja, ich reise gern. Ja, ich reise gern. If you don't enjoy traveling, you'd say, ich reise nicht gern. Ich reise nicht gern. If you want to say, we like to travel, wir reisen gern. Wir reisen gern. And if you don't like traveling, wir reisen nicht gern. Wir reisen nicht gern.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
At this point, I'd like to thank Brother Christian Reynolds from Central Europe for taking pictures for us for today's episode. Thank you po. Marami pong salamat ka, Christian.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. This has been today's episode of German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß. I hope you had a lot of fun joining us today, as I had much fun bringing another episode of Deutsch macht Spaß. Till next time, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ich bin Schwester Malou Francisco saying vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Tschüss! German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
So now it's time. We all can test each other and help each other learn. So I'm surrounded by a mix of those who speak and those who don't speak. So my fellow non-speakers, let's help each other out. What did we learn today, Kain?
Reisen.
Reisen, which is basically travel. So the question is, reis to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's learned his German for today. Back to you, Chanel.
Okay, so we learned wir reisen gern. So we all like to travel, which is good because we need to travel to Nuremberg for sure. So thank you, Miss Malou, for that amazing segment on how to say travel.
Reise.
All right, so what is next going on in our agenda, Henry?
All right. So the next thing we like to do is, we're so thankful that our chat is always so active. And because of your activeness in chat, we can now announce from our last week's episode who were the top 3 clusters to make our chat so enjoyable. And we're always so thankful to them. So Kuya Tech, if you can tell us, please, who are the top 3 clusters from last week?
Third place, Frankfurt Cluster. Second place, Zurich Cluster. First place, Berlin Cluster.
Yep. Yep. No. All right. Congratulations to all the winning clusters. Woo!
Heidelberg Cluster, you're right here.
Heidelberg cluster. All right. I am so happy because Frankfurt cluster made 3rd place. Let's aim higher next time.
And congratulations to Zurich Cluster.
And Zurich Cluster as well for second place. And of course, Berlin taking number 1 spot. Hopefully next week, Heidelberg will take that number 1 spot. Right, Heidelberg?
But you know, they weren't on their phones, they were here. So you're gonna be able to get yeah, so first place in live participation. I think we got the trophy. And so to contribute to the top 3 clusters, I think our top 3 participants, individual chatters, third place was Stefan Schumann. Second place was Brother Mario Calvello. He's supposed to be first place, but first place was Kalinda Calvello. So congratulations. So always nice to see the top. Actually, they were the top 3 from the previous week. So I think they're on a streak. They're just battling for top 3. So thank you to all those who are always mentioning or commenting in our chat. Always remember to put hashtag, the name of your cluster, and that's how we are finding out who the winner is in our cluster. So be sure to spread the word to your fellow brethren, your friends, to join us in our next broadcast next week, where we're going to again explore another part of Europe, and we'll learn more about the places. Some of us, it's weird that I've asked some of the people who are here, and they've never been to some of these places. And I just got here, and I've been to, I don't know, a lot of places. I still have a lot more to explore, but it's good to enlighten everyone here for Central Europe Connections, to bring us all closer together. Some of the things that make Europe and Central Europe unique, it enlightens us about what's around us. And even for those who are not from here, they get to know a little bit better of where we are, what we have to offer. In case they want to find a job in Nuremberg, now they know that they can. If they want to find more toys, they can go to Nuremberg, and more history and more things to do. So at this time as we come to the close of our broadcast, what's next?
I know. I can't believe we're almost ending. We're gonna end with some of our shout outs.
It's time for our shout out. So we'll let Monica go first, since you have been such a great panelist, giving us a lot of information today. Is there anyone who you would like to shout out, say hello to, or greet anyone near or far? Po?
I would like to greet my brother in the Philippines, Deo. Hello, brother. I miss you. And to my brothers and sister in Nuremberg. Hello.
And we thank you so much, Monica, for being with us today. I need to get into position. Go ahead.
All right. For my personal shout outs, I'd like to shout out the locale of Frankfurt City and Wiesbaden. Great job, everyone, on making top 3 in the cluster challenge. As well as to our resident minister, Christian Reynoso, and family. And thank you so much, Pope, for all of your support and love. And shout out to the locale of Heidelberg for having us host our live show today. All right. And I think Henry also has some shout outs.
All right, so for my first shout out, I would like to greet happy birthday to our sister here. If you can please stand. Happy birthday, Kafrefe. And so we'd like to ask you, is there anyone who you would like to greet? Say hi to anyone?
So I would like to greet my family in the Philippines, in a local of La Carlota City District of Valladolid, Negros Occidental. Family Villarias po.
Thank you, Kafrefe. And next to the stranger next to me, I don't know who she is. I'm just kidding. This is my wife. If you can please stand. Is there anyone who you would like to shout out besides me?
Shout out to my kids who's outside of this wall, and shout out to my family in Hawaii and in the Philippines, and most especially my Heidelberg family here. Happy birthday again, Kafrefe.
All right, and next to our master cyclist, anyone you'd like to shout out, Brother Cons?
I would like to shout out my wife, uwi na kami. And my relatives in the Philippines, Citrus Local, Bulacan.
All right, shout out to, that's not my turn yet. Let's go to Ian. Is there anyone who you would like to shout out?
Shout out to my beautiful wife. And my children. Pakawilis tatay. And my family in the Philippines. Yeah.
Okay, we can't turn the camera. I will turn the camera that way, but it's okay. Let's go to Kajeri. Is there anyone you would like to shout out to before we close?
Actually, po, shout out to everyone from District of Central Europe and especially Heidelberg Reverend.
Thank you, po, Kajeri. As I go back to my seat, Chanel.
Yes, I have given my shout out, but I also want to shout out Sister Alicia, who is here watching and supporting us from behind the camera. Woo! And Henry, do you have any shout outs now that you're back?
So I always memorize my shout out. It's the same thing. My wife, who's always more than a few feet away from me, and my children, who are always on the other side of this wall. But again, I'd like to shout out everyone who has tuned in, first tuned in live. Thank you to our live studio audience for being here with us today. We're so happy. Maybe one day, to all of our viewers, maybe we'll visit Berlin next and have a live audience there. Or maybe we'll go to Zurich, or maybe we'll go to Frankfurt or Carbon next. Maybe we'll do a broadcast there, because Chanel's always driving far. So, and then it's our turn. So shout out to all those who are always tuning in. Hopefully one day we can visit you there to do an INC Radio live broadcast with you through this INC Radio broadcast. So please always tune in. Encourage others to join. And so as we wrap up our broadcast, thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you to Monica for joining us today. And let's stay connected. Let's stay inspired. See you next week. Same time, same place. Take care and aloha.